Is Wuthering Waves really free to play? Well, a new video, interesting. Let's go and watch it. Made by the Gacha Digi2. I remember this guy if I'm not wrong.
Games are getting pretty
Oh, he's the one that quit Genshin for Wuthering Waves if I'm not wrong.
expensive nowadays, aren't they? Well, gacha games are free, so that's a great option to play, right?
Nope, a gacha game is never free, okay?
But are these games really enjoyable to play completely free?
Listen, if you are playing a gacha game for like 5 years without even spending a single penny, you have achieved something great in your life, okay? Put that in the Hall of Flame. Put your name in your family list and just say that you are the best one born yet.
Wuthering Waves has taken a step in the right direction by making their guaranteed weapon banner and
Yes,
lowering the
sir.
pity on the character banner. But there has been some controversy of signature weapons becoming more necessary and pulling for entire team compositions being
Makes sense, yep.
needed in order to access peak damage. But I'm sure looking at Genshin's new
Listen, we will not talk about it, okay? We have already talked about this event enough.
Endgame, Wuwa doesn't seem that bad.
That about gacha games, it has nothing to do with long-term players.
That's literally made for whales and I'm completely fine with it, okay? I just don't even care. I just claim my rewards as high as I can go and then back off. And I have majority of the characters C0 R1 by the way, and I cannot clear that shit.
So skill until now, at least. He was your friend in Genshin, not anymore. Bro, this is such a take. What? Seriously, you're such a dude.
Or maybe they're actually onto something here. Because Genshin makes so much money, maybe Wuwa should add temporary weapon skins to their endgame too.
Let's just not talk about it, innit?
So we can pay money to not even own something, but just to borrow it. DJ, stop being sarcastic. You're just complaining. At least they added an endgame. All you do is whine.
The children's are crazy in it, but I could not care less about children's. Can I now? I don't even like my cousin.
You're right, you're right. We're all just crybabies, and we should be thankful that Daowei took the time out of his day to bestow his greatness upon us
on that $1 billion yacht, baby.
peasants. Okay, now that I spent all my money on Genshin to be able to clear the new endgame,
negative.
I wonder what Wuwa is like. When Wuthering Waves first came out, sure, it was definitely free-to-play friendly, and relative to those games, it's fine, but that answer can change with time if competitors adjust to the market. We're already seeing more generous pity systems and rewards for other games. So what makes a game free-to-play friendly? Well, that depends. Realistically, if you're not a hardcore player, it doesn't really matter whether or not the game is generous because most content outside of endgame is fairly easy. Unless you're trying to get every single character in the game for free. If you are, I wish you luck. Outside of that, if we're talking clearing the endgame without spending a single...
Listen, I used to care a lot about endgame and now I just don't care about it. I'm like, okay. If I cannot clear it, fair enough. If I can clear it, that's good.
$1, it does require a certain amount of luck, of course, because it is a gacha game. So if the RNG is not in your favor, I feel for you. But let's say you're extremely unlucky,
Oh, Teggy.
so you have to rely on characters that are straight up free or characters that are very easily obtainable. The best main character in gacha, no, not you. Go back to your game and get power crept by the next version of yourself.
Zion.
Rover already has 3 elements of himself and will eventually become every element, of course. And yeah, the Aero version of him isn't the best, but he still bolsters the power of the best team in the game at the moment, as well as having his own signature weapon. And this has nothing to do with power, but can we talk about how fun to play Rover actually is? Or
He is actually, I actually really enjoy it.
is that just me? Shut up, DG. Rover is trash. You don't know what you're talking about. And okay, Timmy, if you still think Rover is trash, I have good news for you. Let me tell you about the beginner banner. Now, if you're just somebody
That looks like a punchable face. Okay.
who's trying to speedrun the game, there's nobody else you should be picking on this banner besides
No, I'm not promoting that you should punch kids, okay? Come on.
Arena. This little flower girl can have 0 investment and she will still deliver on her purpose.
The child is OP, okay? The most healing healer in Wuthering Waves, as we saw in the anniversary.
Better than pretty much anybody else on the roster. I'm not sure how a character this powerful is even a standard character.
Yes,
now,
sir.
don't even get me started on this disgrace.
Hey, no disrespect, although I've never built him, but still.
My 50-50 losses and my nightmares. As the #1 Ling Yang hater, I can assure you that there is no need to pick this guy up because he will find you anyways. All the other 5 stars are pretty decent though. I'd say the best.
Although his, what we call it, Resonator Showcase was quite dope, baby. The drop on that bit, oof. We got a copyright though. Apparently, the author that made the song in his Resident Evil showcase is copywriting everyone. He'd be like, I need that money. Back off and fuck off. I'm like, okay. I muted that shit. He's not earning shit from me.
Besides Verina's Encore, she's a hypercarry fusion DPS that still does pretty good damage even today, and she's fun to play. And if I'm not mistaken, you do get another selectable limited 5-star if you start your account right now. And if you'd like...
Wait, what? No. No, right? Nah, that's not right. Right? Huh? No, wait.
5-star if you start your account right now. And if you'd like to know who the Verina is on this banner, the arguably best character in the game is Shorekeeper. Most likely the...
Is it so? Holy fudge. Okay, fair enough, you know what?
only timeless unit in this game, as she gives unconditional buffs with the click of a button. So with the starting lineup of characters like this, you could already have the means to breeze through the beginner content in the game. And that's not all, because Kuro is extremely generous with pulls. There's free pulls at the beginning of every patch as well
Is it a glazing video? I mean, we are still like 6 minutes left into the video.
as login
Okay.
events. Most of the events are very fun.
I mean, I do agree that Kuro is very generous, but we already know that.
And don't worry if you've missed a lot of these events, there are still plenty of permanent events to still get rewards
Okay.
from. If you do happen to get unlucky on the banner, you can still get some powerful building blocks that will fill in the gaps of your account. There is a certain group of characters that I'm thinking of that fit this description. 4 stars are very important when it comes to the free-to-play conversation, because these are characters you can receive passively
It's still zero idea what she is there for. But I mean, okay, she can be a good support, but I don't know.
just by pulling on banners. Sanwa, being the best of them, is very easily obtainable and slots into pretty much every
Yeah.
single team on the game. Now, I won't sit here and act like every single 4-star in the game is on this same level of power. There are some complete duds in here, and we do need more good 4-stars.
Oh, the mouse. Yep. I just keep on getting this mouse for some weird reason.
But characters like Sanwa, Mortefi, Yang Yang, Yanwu, and
Wait, what? They are good? Zero idea.
Sanwa, Mortefi, Yang Yang, Yanwu.
So Sanwa is good. I build her. They look but better. I have not built him yet, but he's good for, I think, Jian. And this cover art girl, Yang Yang was she? Okay, I'd never used her. And then obviously Michael Jackson, I did build him. Is he a good support?
and Donjin. These
Dungeon is obviously great.
characters have a distinct role and serve a unique purpose. They are more than enough to substitute in endgame for any limited 5-stars that serve the same role. Mortefi can be used within any team that needs a coordinated attack character, like the white-haired dragon girl. Yang
So,
Yang
yeah.
restores ult charge to on-field characters with her outro skill, and she does okay damage. But she's in fact one of the best free-to-play characters to use with the best
Really?
free-to-play DPS in the game, Carlotta. Carlotta might seem like an expensive girl,
Yup.
but
Suck on those toes. I mean, I will gladly. I mean, not glad. You know what? Okay.
she's actually pretty
She's great. She's the queen. Only 90 level character I have.
chill, and she doesn't ask for much. The static mist, Yang Yang, and Verina are enough to access some high damage output, and I hope to see more characters like this in the future. But I wouldn't be mad if they wanted to add more characters like Donjin. Being able to solo level 90 enemies with this character is
But
something
that she bloodthirsty, okay?
that I hope the game never steps away from, because a unit like this is the life of this game. And even if you don't want to play Donjin sitting upside down with your hands tied behind your back on a toaster, she's a fine teammate for most Havoc characters. But is that really the case for all endgame? Let's start with holograms. You know, the things that you constantly have to reset on because you don't know how to dodge? Don't worry, you can just watch my gameplay and pretend it's you. The holograms are pretty much the highest form of skill expression Wuthering Waves has to offer. Even with well-built characters, it's fairly easy to struggle here because the holograms do big boy damage. On a serious note, if you just play slow and learn the
Talking about holograms, I actually forgot about them. Holy shit. Like, I have not touched them in a month, maybe.
patterns of how certain holograms attack, you can at least stop dying and do enough damage to clear in time.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the Tower of Adversity, we haven't run into an HSR situation where older characters just straight up don't put a dent into those high HP bars.
Oh, brother, the HP inflammation, yeah.
A completely free-to-play team is still capable of doing enough damage here, but you do have to at least somewhat know what you're doing when it comes to your team rotation. I won't act like that's absolutely everything that's required to conquer the tower. You do need good echoes for your main DPS. If you are in endgame already,
Well, my luck is dog shit, so echoes are just not for me.
You should be using most of your wave plates on tacit fields anyways. And you could also farm echoes passively in the overworld, of course, if you do like
Those Pokeballs are killing me, mate.
Pulling echoes to get your team ready can be an absolute pain, and I happen to be the CEO of Bad Echoes. But even I
Hey, brother, I am, okay? If I show you my echoes, you will probably kneel, alright?
have been able to finally get some decent builds because of the new echo modifiers that allow you to change your echo main stat
Yep.
so that you can keep
And we can actually get them pretty easily. And we don't have to like wait for a cooldown like certain game.
trying for that perfect echo. And this is not the case for sets like Moonlit Clouds or
Oh, that's a good echo, by the way. Like, look at that. Perfect piece, baby. Yeah, it's still better than mine.
Perfect echo. And this is not the case
What the fudge is... Okay.
for sets like Moonlit Clouds or Rejuvenating Glow. You don't have to have perfect stats on these echo sets because you're really just using them for the buffs they give you. If we are talking about pulling on banners, the weapon banner is guaranteed, as we all know. But recently I've been hearing that limited 5 stars need their signature weapons. Obviously Cardathea being the most recent and egregious example. While weapons do provide a great...
I mean, listen, Kuro still needs to make some money in it. I will just let them off the hook because I got at 15 pity, the weapon. So, yeah.
increase in damage.
If you don't get it early, bad for you, but...
think people confuse need with really want. Sure, Cardathea really wants her weapon, but she only needs it in a situation where you want to solo the final floors in the tower, which isn't really necessary, and that's not really what the game was designed for. It's really just a flex. The signature weapons also just make it a lot easier to build characters, as they provide crit stats.
They just make the thing go easier, innit? Like, they make the journey smoother. Not, you can say, you cannot clear the genre without the weapons.
Most of the time,
I butchered it, innit? I was going to drop a cold line, but holy fudge.
so you don't have to have all perfectly rolled pieces. And supports do more than okay without their best in slot weapons.
Yes.
For example, Shorekeeper can make a weapon like Variation work and still carry your team to Vinland. And if you really need a 5-star weapon for your main DPS,
Oh yeah, Vinland dropped. Vinland Saga ended, right? Like, I've not read the last chapters yet.
there is a 5-star standard weapon selector that you can get at account level 45. What I love about Wuthering Waves is that if you are a free-to-play and you do like to hoard currency, the Afterglow Coral Shop makes it to where you can purchase
The Constellation.
1 or 2 powerful extra copies of a character instead of torturing yourself on one of those gacha banners. If you play the game somewhat often, you definitely will get enough pulls to reach these thresholds of Afterglow Coral fairly quickly. Kuro being known for their generosity is important considering this is a live service game. We frequently get compensation
They lost millions, okay? But got billions of heart. Yep, that's a cold line. Praise me more.
asteroids from mistakes that the developers
Yes.
make, and most notably during the shaky launch of the game, we received tons of rewards because if you're playing on your phone, it's spontaneously combusted,
sir.
and you wouldn't get your money back for a replacement. Depending on what you want out of a gacha game, there is no way for me to tell you for sure whether or not you'll have fun playing it for free. You can beat all of the beginner content without pulling a single time on the gacha, and all you need for endgame is 2 sustain units.
But the thing is, when other people get the weapons or the characters that you don't have, you feel like a sort of jealousy, okay? And it's a very common thing. It's a common human behavior. But it depends on you. Are you strong enough to suppress those emotions? Are you strong enough to advance in your life? Are you strong enough to feel their pain? Are you strong?
Be your Verena and Shorekeeper. Even if you choose Colcharo here, it wouldn't be the end of the
Cockroach.
world. But don't get mad at me if you're gonna act like the game isn't free-to-play friendly because you chose Colcharo on the Verena banner.
I selected him. Got bodied, okay? Now people are saying he's one of the worst characters. I mean, I don't really care about how much damage they can do, but in terms of playstyle as well, he's just meh.
Put your free 5-star standard weapon on Mertefi or Sanwa, and you can share the same Moonlit Cloud set between them both. This isn't Genshin Impact. Then go get yourself a Jinsei or a Carlotta or a Camellia. If you're having a hard time choosing, then go with the crazy girl because you can just click your buttons with her. Yes, you will have to learn how to play them somewhat because you won't be getting so much free damage from other sources, but that is the fun of the game anyway. Trust me.
Nagatoro, holy fudge. I got like mixed feelings towards this anime. Like when I was watching it, I was like, is she a douchebag or something? Because the starting episodes were like, yeah, the senpai is getting his ass kicked. But later on, as we moved on, especially in the next season, it got better. Like a senpai started taking like things into his own hands. And in the first season as well, he took things on. If you don't have watched that anime, you will be like, what the fudge this guy is talking about? I'm like, okay. Watch this anime, it's pretty good. It will get better as you watch it more.
Game anyway. Trust
pretty
me.
Fun time. Like not the best out there, but pretty fun.
If you just wail on every single character and you're just one-shotting everything, you would be ignoring the...
It feels boring, innit? I just don't know how whales even feel a sense of accomplishment, but it's just not right. Even after like spending a little bit, or you can say a decent amount to become like a goldfish in this creation of what do we call it, gacha games, I just don't feel the thrill anymore. Because in Genshin we got like 100 character now with the addition of Skirk and Dahlia. We have 100 characters in Genshin, and I just miss using a lot of characters, so I just don't want to pull anymore. I'm like, you know what, I will just quit. I will just save my Primogems, but as soon as a new character comes out, people will be like, yeah, she's broken. I'm like, okay, you know what, I will just save now.
Beauty of this game. If you love gambling, just go to the casino. At least you can win real money out of that.
Yes, sir.
If you like anime women with swords, go watch Fairy Tail.
I mean, you know what? You can also earn by playing Genshin Impact money. The reasons can be like a little bit messed up. And if I actually share those tactics, the way you can earn money by playing gacha games, I might get banned, so I'm not going to share them, okay? You know what? If this video gets like, 100 likes, I will share the tactics. But I don't think that many people will make it to this point of the video. But if it gets 100 likes, I will share the tactic to earn money from gacha games. And not even that, a decent amount from being a free-to-play player as well.
Demon Slayer. Not being able to get every single character.
And obviously nothing shady, like you have to download an app or something. Nope, you just have to play normally. No app, nothing website, just play the normally, and I will tell you the way.
Their weapon is not a valid reason to say
yep, obviously not content creation.
This game is not generous and you won't have fun. So knowing everything that we've learned, is Wuthering Waves truly free-to-play friendly? Well, in your case, no, because Wuwa keeps throwing all these anime waifus at you, and you can't help it but swipe.
Yes, sir.
But in everyone else's case, yeah, it's pretty free-to-play friendly relative to other gachas. Now,
every gacha game is almost free-to-play friendly. I mean, a gacha game is only pay-to-win, or you can say not free-to-play friendly when they have problems in progressing the game without pulling for a certain character. But if you can progress a game without pulling for a certain character, then it's free-to-play player. If the end game requires you to pull for some pay-to-win characters or the meta characters, then you cannot argue that it's a pay-to-win game, innit?
You weren't completely safe from this changing in the...
Because that depends on you. After a month, the end game will reset, okay? So what now, huh? You're gonna pull for other characters as well. Same thing.
Future. So if you're seeing this in 2030 and the game looks like HSR, then it's not my fault. But I have faith in
He's predicting.
Kuro that this is a non-issue for now. If you've been watching this far,
I don't think that Kuro will mess it up, innit? They are in good hands.
Watching, and come touch some grass with me, I guess. Have a good...
Let's go, bro. Let's go together.
day. Peace.
Okay, peace, brother. Well, that was good. Great video. Let me like it. Let me subscribe to you. He makes some really, really good video, okay? Like the titles he chooses, oof. The thumbnail, oof. Let me see the thumbnail for this beauty. Oof, look at that. Luffy, Shanks, a clown face on his Kirk. Okay, damn. Oh yeah, I watched this one. Why Hoyo does not care about Genshin. Nah, not this one. Yeah, I quit Genshin. 72,000 of this guy blew up in it. Enjoy, mate. You deserve it.